I had Excel back with another NFXL podcast. Now, earlier today, I put out what I thought was going to be my final draft rankings part one, which would have covered the top 65 players. Now, I'm still covering the top 65 players, but this is an addendum to that and an update because a couple of rumours have started swirling on draft day. So I'll go down with top 25 in the same way as I did earlier. And when I get to the players that are affected, I'll let you know what the who the rumours surround. So let's start with the top 20 who have a very good chance of going in round one. So just a quick list of names here because I did this earlier. So one, Fernando Mendoza, quarterback Indiana. Two, Arvell Reese, the linebacker out of Ohio State. Three, David Bailey, the edge out of Texas Tech. Four, Jeremiah Love, the running back out of Notre Dame. Five, Sonny Styles, the inside linebacker from Ohio State. Six, Caleb Downs, the safety from Ohio State. Now, moving up to seven, this is the first rumour mill that, I mean, it's sort of gathered since his ad hoc pro day, if you like, but the rumours are really starting to firm up now that teams are falling in love with Jordan Tyson pro as a result of that workout. So Tyson's now my wide receiver one and up to seven on this big board from Arizona State. Eight is Carnell Tate, the wide receiver from Ohio State. Nine, Reuben Bain, the edge from Miami. 10, Mansour Delaney, the cornerback from LSU. And cornerback is where we're seeing some other moves, but I'll come back to that. 11 is Francis Mauigoa, the offensive tackle from Miami. 12, Spencer Fano, guard, Utah. 13, Mackay Lemon, wide receiver, USC. 14, Olive Vega Ione, guard, Penn State. 15, Kenyon Sadiq, tight end, Oregon. He's up a few spots. The teams are finally warming up to the fact that Sadiq is really good. 16, Monroe Freeling, offensive tackle, Georgia. 17, Dylan Thieneman, safety, Oregon. 18, Caden Proctor, offensive tackle, Alabama. 19, Keldrick Falk, edge, Auburn. And 20 is now the cornerback two, Colton Hood out of Tennessee. Now, that's as a result primarily of there's some negative whispers going around, becoming more than whispers, about Hood's Tennessee teammate Jermod McCoy after his knee injury having a draft day slide. So there's some cornerbacks on the move up as a result, and Hood is one of them. So then we're top 20 now. The next 20, so these are the ones that, as you move further down the list, have less and less chance of making it into round one, theoretically. But 21 is Omar Cooper, the wide receiver out of Indiana. 22, Kevin Concepcion, the wide receiver out of Texas A&M. 23, Blake Miller, offensive tackle, Clemson. 24, Caleb Lomu, offensive tackle, Utah. 25, Denzel Boston, wide receiver, Washington. 26, Emmanuel McNeil Warren, safety, Toledo. 27, Akeem Mesidor, edge, Miami. 28, TJ Parker, edge, Clemson. 29, Peter Woods, the defensive tackle from Clemson. 30, Max Iannaccio, offensive tackle, Arizona State. 31 is the other cornerback who's moved up as a result of McCoy's potential slide. That's Chris Johnson out of San Diego State. 32 now. There's been positive rumours about this guy for weeks, but it's really beginning to warm up, I think, on Draft Day. So I've squeaked him into round one now. Malachi Lawrence, 30, is at 32 on my big board, the edge from Central Florida. Cassius Howell, the edge from Texas A&M, is 33. 34, Caden McDonald, the defensive tackle, Ohio State. 35 is where I've got Jamod McCoy now, the quarterback from Tennessee. So that's a drop of about 20 spots. Um, there are more and more rumours that teams are shying away from taking him as a first rounder because of that knee injury, which is a shame for him, but let's see what happens. 36, Avion Terrell, cornerback, Clemson. 37, CJ Allen, inside linebacker, Georgia. 38, Caleb Banks, the defensive tackle from Florida. 39, Ty Simpson, quarterback, Alabama. 40, Jacob Rodriguez, insert linebacker, Texas Tech. And then my final 25, who are we're beginning to get into the outside chance of making it into round one now. But there is one guy I'll give you a little mention here. But 41 is Chase Bizontis, the guard of Texas A&M. 42, Zion Young, edge, Missouri. 43, now this is the other guy who seems to be getting some positive vibes on draft day. another cornerback as this really begins to shake up this class, or this news about McCoy potentially sliding. Traden Stooks, the cornerback out of Arizona, is up to 43 on my big board. I've jumped to about 15 spots since this morning. 44 is Jadarian Price, the running back out of Notre Dame. 45, Lee Hunter, defensive tackle, Texas Tech. 46, R. Mason Thomas, edge, Oklahoma. 47, D'Angelo Pons, the cornerback from Indiana. 48, Brandon Cisse, the cornerback from South Carolina. 49, Kristen Miller, the defensive tackle from Georgia. 50, Anthony Hill, the inside linebacker from Texas. 51, Emmanuel Pregnon, the guard from Oregon. 52, Eli Stowers, the tight end from Vanderbilt. 53, wide receiver Jeremy Bernard of Alabama. 54, AJ Halsey, safety LSU. 55, Gabe Jacas, edge Illinois. 56, Keontae Scott, cornerback Miami. 57, Keelan Rutledge, guard Georgia Tech. 58, Jake Golday, inside linebacker Cincinnati. 59, Antonio Williams, wide receiver Clemson. 60, Chris Bell, wide receiver Louisville. 61, Derek Moore, edge Michigan. 62, Jennings Dunker, the offensive tackle of Iowa. 63, another offensive tackle, Caleb Tiernan out of Northwestern. 64, Carson Beck, quarterback Miami. And 65, Chris Brazzell, wide receiver Tennessee. I just thought I needed to issue a last minute update, as it were, and I'm going to relent from doing any more if I hear any more rumours, because maybe I'm overreacting to rumours. But yeah, like I say, positive news appears to be circling around Traden Stooks, Chris Johnson, and Colton Hood in the cornerback sphere as a result of negative vibes for Jermod McCoy due to his knee injury. Others on the way up that I mentioned, Malachi Lawrence is the big one. So yeah, some moves there on draft day. Kenyon Sadiq, smaller move, and Jordan Tyson, the one that may be the first wide receiver off the board now. Certainly going to challenge Tate for that honour. Carnell Tate, that is. So there's my last minute update. Draft day, draft time is now 5 hours away roughly for the first pick. So can't be long to wait now to find out what actually happens. But that's my last view on what I think might happen early in the draft. So I'll update you tomorrow on what's happened, and we'll go from there. So see you soon.